Hey Johnny, I was very excited this morning and got up early to go out to the tennis courts. And of course, I'm my own worst enemy. I go from throwing balls to, then curiously and delving back into serving. So um, I was hoping maybe you could come up with talk about the discipline, because I, like probably most eager beavers, um, kind of a strong feeler, but in terms of my personality, but uh, and and I think the personality makeup does kind of contribute to how you play the game of tennis and stuff like that. But of course, when it comes to the serve and a lot of technique stuff, I've delved into thinking about things quite a bit. So anyway, with that said, I think full well, like based on my journey, that I get kind of hijacked in that up front where I'll hitch, and I got that last part down. That seems to be, you know, can be automatic, but I do have to, work on that too, because I have a tendency too, when the nerves hit in, that my arm will just want to fall down. So that's kind of intentional too, to kind of keep my elbow up so that I'm not totally collapsing. But in terms of throwing, those throwing videos are great, and I kind of feel that you don't necessarily want to drop the racket, but it's more of like a lasso, which is kind of like what you want. But I'll still kind of like start thinking and dropping, like I'm kind of chasing that drop again. But long story short, I was just hoping maybe we could come up with kind of like a training regimen, say like keep me away from messing things up, stay on track. Of course, this is Frankenstein. I got the idea after the hammer to put a bunch of weight here on the tip of this, kind of like a throwaway racket, and kind of to feel the weight a little bit. One of the things I think it's best for me to encourage more relaxed, because if I get to an aggressive throwing, then I think that kind of fires up hitches and stuff like that, because I start thinking, as opposed to just kind of like relaxing. So that's why I think narrowing my stance really and just getting up here, starting with like this, trophy position already. So the racket's like this, not like this, because I think if I do this, then I have a tendency to get my wrist involved, and then my wrist wants to do things, But if I get to a strong Eastern grip and then get in this, I kind of feel like just letting this bounce to happen. And then if I can maintain my discipline to keep it up in the air, so here, and then letting it come back, I think it's more of a bounce back. But I know what you're kind of thinking is maybe the lasso, let it come around more, something like that. But I really have to keep disciplined so that I'm getting quality reps and not hijacking myself and hitting one good one, one bad one, one good one bad one, back and forth. I'll hit a good one, and the next one I'll do something and kind of hitch it up and mess it up. So that's just my idea. Hopefully that makes sense. I really appreciate the feedback. Thank you.